Hello friends, welcome or welcome back to 8 Moon Phases. My name is Chivis and today we're going to be trying something new. As I told you guys in the last video, we're going to be doing a first try video, and the focus of this video is going to be embroidery. Now, I've tried embroidery before, just like nothing specific, just free-handed. Didn't turn out great. It was many years ago, so I can't complain there. But recently, I want to say within these past 2 weeks, I've been watching a video or videos of a specific type of embroidery. It is what you see most typically in Mexican dresses, Mexican shirts. I believe they're called Tenangos. From that region of Hidalgo in Mexico. So that is what I'm going to be trying today. Before we get started, I'm going to go and gather all my materials. There is a video that I'm going to link in the description below, and I'll explain a little bit more about it. But before we get started, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and enable the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time that I upload a video. If at any point throughout this video you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button and let's go. Alrighty, so I've gathered all of my materials, and let me tell you a little bit more about this embroidery. I do have a few samples, and I'll show you guys those in a bit, but from things that I've purchased before. I've always been interested in this style. I've been to Mexico City 2 times now, and that design, the designs that they have, and the colors and everything is just very attractive to my eye. So as I am, right, my ego is telling me, hey, you can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with it. I do want to try. Now, this video that I saw is from a creator. Her channel is called Puntadita Mexicana, I believe. Something along those lines. And she does a really good job of explaining the materials. And honestly, it doesn't matter which video you click on. Every single video, she goes through and explains the technique, the history of the embroidery, the materials that she uses, including the marker or the pen that she uses to trace the design, the needles that she uses, the type of floss, and the type of fabric. So definitely go check her out. I don't know her. I've never spoken to her. Don't know whatever, but I've just found that this video was really good in explaining step by step. And again, any video that you find, it all goes through the exact same thing. Just the designs that she does are a little bit different. But so as I was watching the videos these past few days, I saw the most recent video pop up, which was on Friday. And she's going to be doing like a stitch along with some sort of like textile book that she's going to be making. And there is a few designs that she has already in previous descriptions of other videos, but this one I believe is about 6 different designs. And well, I want to try them. In this particular video, I am only going to be doing one, and I will go through the materials that I'm going to use, and comparison to what she's saying, as well as the time frames that you're supposed to use to be able to get this particular project done. She's using Mexican materials for the most part. I believe she lives in Chile, so she does travel to Mexico to get the materials that she uses. I would have the ability to go to Mexico. I do live in a border town, so it's not that far from where I live. However, I haven't had the chance. I do plan on making a trip down there. Again, it's about 20 to 30 minutes away from where I live, so it's not that hard. It's just I need to find the time. And I know I do have a long weekend coming up soon, so that may be the perfect chance. However, she does use a fabric that is called manta. I don't have that specific one here, but I did find the most similar is muslin. And I found this one at Walmart, and this is what I'm going to be using for this particular project. I don't know how well it's going to work. Hopefully it works well enough. If not, I'll just remake it once I'm able to get the actual materials that I need. As far as needles, she does mention a specific size in her needles that she uses. However, from the Mexican sizes to the sizes we have here in the United States, I don't know what the equivalent is. She does say it's like a size 4 in, that's how she asks for it, size 4. I found these. There's between a 3 and a 9. I'm assuming that's similar to an equivalent. So that's what I'm going to be using. Whatever fits best within these specific particular sizes that I found. Right. And then she does use a specific type of embroidery floss or floss that she's able to buy in Mexico. Again, once I make a trip down there, I'll be able to see if I can find that. But for now, she also says that you can use regular embroidery floss from DMC. So as I mentioned in the cross stitch project, embroidery floss does come in strands of 6. And this is the one that I've been using for the moon one. If you see here, let me try to separate a little. You're able to see the 6 different strands, right? She says that she uses 3 strands per stitches that she's making. For cross stitch, I use 2. And she uses 3. So I'm just going to be using the embroidery floss that I have. I have a whole bunch of it everywhere. This is not DMC brand, but it's embroidery floss. I have more in the closet. I have a bunch of embroidery floss everywhere. So that shouldn't be an issue. And it's easy to find anyway. So if I do run out, definitely can go and get some more. She uses regular embroidery hoops. However, she does mention that it's more comfortable if it's able to fit in your hand because you do have to be holding it, which is similar to cross stitch. If it's too heavy, then your hand is going to get a little bit tired faster. So I'm going to go through the process of setting up. It's a like a booklet type thing that she's doing. I'm going to go ahead and set all that up, trace my image, and then I'll bring you guys back once we're ready to get started. Cutting the fabric was not bad. Getting it to the shape it needs to be was a workout. But I have 1. So this is going to be my cover. This is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then at the end, I'm going to have my back cover, which is my 8. Now, again, the video that I'm going to link below, you will see it guides you step by step on how to create this. So she does say that the front cover we're going to leave for now, but she's going to start on number 2, which is a hummingbird, and it is very, very cute. So what I'm going to do next, I already downloaded the image that she provided. She does explain, so the video is in Spanish. You can definitely use the subtitles if they're available. I'm not sure if they are, but she does say that she's not adding all of the images at once because she wants it to be a community project where you're going week by week by week, creating it along. She is going to have live streams on Fridays. However, for me, I won't be able to join because it's the time that I'm working. So if I'm able to join at any point on a future Friday, then definitely I will. I'm not much on commenting on that during live streams, but I do like to join them occasionally just to see what's going on. But I'm going to go ahead and trace my image, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started because today, Monday, she already uploaded the first tutorial, so to speak, of how she started to embroider her hummingbird. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. I believe the point or the plan that she has is to have them done or a little bit more advanced on Friday. And I think on Monday, the next Monday, she will upload the next image. So it's going to go week by week by week. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with tracing my image. And then once I'm set up and ready to go, I'll bring you guys back so we can go ahead and get started. I did realize that the only size 6 embroidery hoop that I have is this one. That would fit my image. However, I think I'm going to go down to the 4 that I've been using. In the meantime, I will be looking for a size 5 at some point to be able to purchase it. But this is the one that I'm going to be using. It fits well. Obviously, it's going to take up a few spaces and I am going to have to be moving it around for some parts. But I'm going to go ahead and start with this one just because it's a little bit smaller and easier to maneuver. But I'll bring you guys back once I'm ready to start stitching. Alrighty, so now that I have traced the image, I'm going to turn off the screen and just make sure that I have all the parts that I need before I remove the fabric. So I'm just making sure that all of these images are, or all of the parts are connected. Are they perfectly how it's drawn on the paper? Not necessarily. I do have a few double lines here, but I know which ones to follow, and I know that if need be, I could just apply some heat to this and it'll erase, and then I could just draw it again. But I think for the most part, it looks fairly good. Again, just making sure that I follow the correct lines. And then once all that is set, and I have the reference image over there on my computer, so that's why I'm just kind of going back to double check, making sure that everything is where it needs to be. Alrighty, I think we're set. She started with the wings. It seems fairly easy. I'm gonna lay out my threads right now and prepare everything for that, and then once I pick my colors, then we'll go ahead and come back and we'll get started with our actual embroidery. Sound good? Let's go. So I do have this lot of embroidery floss that I purchased off of Amazon. I'm not sure if any of these colors are repeated, so I just kind of want to see that based off of that. I may need to decide if I'm going to or not use these, because again, I don't want to run out midway and then not be able to continue with the color that I was using because I have no more. I do believe again that these are not repeated at all. There may be like colors that are very similar, but the number is not the same. And I know they're not DMCs. They're literally just, I don't know. I saw it on Amazon. It was cheap and I purchased it a while ago. So I just want to make sure that I have enough of the color to at least finish the parts that I'm going to be doing. If you guys notice here on our drawing, so I don't have to repeat any of the colors. Like literally all of these can be a different color, including the inner parts, the flowers, the petals, the leaves, everything can be whatever color. The creator on her video mentions like just use your favorite colors, use whatever color you want to use. I do want to do a monochrome blue, but as soon as I'm more comfortable with the technique and the style, probably one of the later ones that I'll be doing. So I'm just going to go through, sort these, and then I'll bring you guys back as I'm trying to decide which colors I am going to be using. But again, these are quite a few. The colors look nice. I really do enjoy um like these strong oranges, the greens, the these like darker pinks. I want to go with like strong vibrant colors. Any pastels or stuff I may put off for later use. But again, I do have a lot of embroidery floss. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I have a lot of it. So let me go ahead and continue sorting these. And then once I start my process of thinking what it is that I'm going to use, I'll bring you guys back. So I am starting to sort through. I want to get at least 2 or 3 of each color. But again, I want vibrant, like those embroidery colors that you see on Mexican dresses or shirts that you see, blouses. So I'm going with, this is what I have so far that I've chosen. This one is very similar to that. I think I need a red, which I don't have, which I might go with this one. I may pick a pink. Not entirely sure which one. This is very similar to red, and this one is a little bit too bright, I think. I think looks good for now. If I need more, then I'll pick more. But this is what I'm going to start with, and then let me clear this up then. There's a few others here that are calling my name, but if I need more colors, then I'll definitely come back and get them. I might switch. Well, so I already have like 3 light greens here. I think I'm going to leave this one back, and then this one. What do we think? Yes. Oh, it dropped the blue down here. Yes, yes. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and set these aside then. I'm going to put these back into the bag that I had them in and then set up my hoop and we'll get started with the embroidery. She says that you need 3 strands from the embroidery floss. I am going to be starting off with, from the set of needles that I purchased, I think I'm going to be starting with this one that has a bigger eye. If I can take it out of here. Which one is it? This one? Or, yeah. I'm going to be starting with this one right here. There we go. This is the one I'm going to be starting with. I may need to switch to a smaller one, like a shorter one. But we shall see. We shall see. I have my hoop set up. I have my fabric. So I do have to be careful because we did create a slit on this part of the fabric. So my fabric entirely should look like this. I did a 12 by 24. So each square is about 6 inches. And then the drawing just kind of fits in there. She says not to label the numbers, but I did again this with this pen. If you apply heat, it'll go away. So I think you should be fine. So this is what I'm going to be starting with, this part right here. Once I set up my floss. Just trying to see how that she does it. Oh yeah, this needle might be a little bit too thick. It's going to be leaving some stains there. All right, let me figure out the needle portion and then I will bring you guys back once I make a decision. I am about to get started. Full disclosure, this is not a tutorial. If you guys want to learn how to do this, make sure you guys click on the video in the description below. Again, there's no collab, no nothing. If you want to learn how to do it, then go and learn from an expert. I'm just attempting at it. I will show a little bit of me doing it and then I'll continue working as I am. If you guys are interested in seeing the rest of how the book turns out, then definitely make sure that you guys are subscribing. Let me know down in the comments below and I can record more of these videos. But just wanted to let you know, I am not an expert. This is actually my first time trying it. here is where we are at the end of day 1. I've honestly only been doing it for about an hour-ish, a little bit more than an hour. I really haven't been taking time, but here's where we are. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see how it's coming along. Obviously, we still have all of this to do, but I should be able to finish these by tomorrow. Again, I do want to do like all the similar shapes, which would be these, and the tail at the bottom to get those completed. She does have videos up on how to do these little areas, so I will have to look at those because again, she won't update until Friday. So yeah, here's where we are. I will update you guys tomorrow as I progress. Again, hopefully wanting to finish these. I have been getting a little bit better on my stitches. You can see this one looks very, very loose. And these have gotten a little bit tighter. The back still looks fairly decent, fairly clean. This is how it's supposed to look. My finger has started to hurt a little bit in this area here, as well as this one. I was using this one to kind of push the needle through, but I figured that using my thumbnail to receive the needle on this end has helped a little bit to not strain this hand so much. But yeah, this hurts a little bit, but it should be fine. It should be fine. I'll get used to it. But yeah, again, here's where we are at the end of day 1. I will come back tomorrow and give you guys an update of how we are doing and how we continue to progress. It is the next day, and I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update of where we currently are. I did get ahead, finished everything that I had to do for the day, and then I've been sitting here for a little bit, just trying to advance. And I have finished the wing. How we are currently looking. What do y'all think? I think it looks all right. I have noticed, especially in these last 4, possibly mostly these 3, the point, if you guys see there, is not as rounded as I was doing it up here. So I have to make sure that I'm paying attention to that so it doesn't continue to look like chopped off. More specifically like this one down here. I could take it apart and do it again, but nah. I'm interested to see the progression of how it's going to look as I continue and get more practice. Because again, this is going to be a whole booklet. And I think there's a total of 6 animals. I mean, then we have 8 squares, but one of them is the front cover and the other one is the back cover. So interesting. I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see the progression, to see how we're advancing, and just seeing how everything looks. I'm looking a little bit on what my next color combination is going to be. I think the colors so far look really, really nice. I'm just trying to keep a balance of them. And I think that the next one I'm going to start with is a purple. It is a little bit on the lighter side, so it kind of contrasts with that green. Now I'm realizing that some of these are leaves. Like, for example, these on the flower right here are leaves, and I should have left that dark green for those leaves, but oh well. I'll just use I'll look for another green in the bag that can resemble leaf color. This is actually a perfect leaf color. What I was thinking so far for the next ones, the next embroidery figures, is maybe adding interfacing might help stabilize the fabric a little bit. Again, I think the first part was just a little bit of tension. I've been getting a little bit better. If you guys notice, the stitches are a little bit more consistent compared to how they were up here. So I particularly like how this one looks. I think this one turned out really, really good. Just together. I know there are some gaps. And one of the parts that I'm having a little bit of trouble with, you really can't tell as much once the fabric kind of closes back up, but it's in between these. You're not supposed to have like those little lines in between. And you can see that I do have like that separation line, especially with the higher contrast colors. But I guess with practice, I will learn how to get those done. So I'm going to go ahead and continue then with the tail. I do want to do those 3 flower petals. just to get all of the similar shapes. The singular lines are also fairly easy to do. It's just like a single stitch, I believe is what it's called. I don't know. I don't know stitch names. Me over here pretending like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start with those then. I'm gonna finish the tail off and then continue with the flower petals and then the single lines for now. I'll see how far I can get tonight, and obviously I will be working on it tomorrow as well. Again, this is a week project, so I should be done with it by Friday. At least by Friday, because I know that she's going to post the new figure up on Monday or on Friday. I don't know. But yeah, let's keep going. Alrighty, we're going to call it a night, but here is where we currently are. We finished the wing, we finished the tail, and I think it's starting to look really, really good. I know it seems like we still have a lot to do, but I think I'm getting a little bit faster. I think I am getting a little bit faster. And so I decided that I'm going to do these a single color, this one a single color, this one here, and then these two all change colors. And then for this one, I have picked the colors for all of these. I might do the bottom and the single ones one color, and then the three petals in the center. I've already also set the colors for the body and this part of the wing that we're missing. So I would just need the head and the beak, which I mean, I have colors here. I just choosing which one I want to use is the thing. But yeah, I think these stitches at the bottom got a lot better. A lot better compared to the first ones. Yeah. I'm really, really enjoying this. It actually, once you start like going along, it goes quite fast. I did go and trim the top a little bit with the pinking shears just so it stopped fraying because I was getting a lot of fraying as I was working on it. So and I'm gonna call it a night for today, and I will continue on it tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday for me. So that might be the last day working on it. And again, once I finish it, then I'll probably give you the final update on Sunday. But I'll see how much I can get done between now and the end of tomorrow. Alrighty. I was not able to do an update yesterday. Yesterday was Wednesday. Today is Thursday. The video will be going up in a little bit. But here is the update so far. I will be finishing it tonight. But again, I do want the video to go up at a reasonable hour. So here's where we currently are. We just need the little sprigs up here, little sprig down here, finishing up this flower and the body and the head of the bird. And here's where we are currently. I love how it's turning out, honestly. I'm really, really happy with it. I think I've kind of gotten the hang of the tension of the fabric. There's one trick that I saw that this content creator does is that she wraps her hoops with the same fabric. So a lot of her hoops are wrapped with, well, in her case, it's the manta that she's using. I also plan on taking a trip down to across the border, hopefully this weekend at some point, just to see if I can find any materials similar to what she is using. I will continue to work on this book as she posts the different images. Again, the initial video for this project from this content creator will be in the description down below. So if you guys are interested in learning how to do this type of stitches, this type of embroidery, if you're interested in joining and creating this book, following along the patterns, if you just like this particular one and want to do it, I know she had mentioned several different other animals that she's going to have. There's 6 of them in total. So if you're interested in seeing the rest of the book and how it turns out, then definitely let me know down below and I will continue to record the updates of how it's going. I am continuing also to work on the moon cross stitch one, and I have decided to do a monthly update. So in about a week or two, we will have the update for that video. So make sure that you guys are subscribed so you guys can see that update as well. That is all I have for you guys right now. On Sunday, I will show you the finished project for this one, and I probably would have already started the next one if she posts it tomorrow or by Monday. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please make sure that you subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.